WJBF is gearing up for our annual Caring for Aging Parents Expo coming up November 4th at First Baptist Church of Augusta. It's an event that focuses on a range of topics, including estate and will planning, how to make homes safer for seniors, the warning signs of dementia, and financing for elderly health care needs. Experts will be on hand to answer your questions.
Problems with my mother, trying to figure out what to do with her. She's 86. She's been diagnosed with dementia. We're not really sure how to go about it. It was very informative, though, and I think they're going to put me on the right track to helping my mom.
The featured speaker for this year's event is Gloria Garner, who leads the audiology program at University Healthcare System. Patrick Smith is a certified elder law attorney with the Smith Law Firm, and he's my guest this afternoon. Patrick, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me.
This Aging Parents Expo is so valuable, and one of the things that many people might not think about is the different needs that are involved legally. Explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in my practice as a certified elder law attorney, we do a lot of estate planning. We do what I call basic estate planning, the things that everyone needs, whether you're 18 or 85 is my joke. Yeah. Things like powers of attorney, living wills or health care directives, and last wills and testaments. Those are the basic things. But we focus in our practice on the second half of life, is what I'll call it, is what type of planning do we need for us or our parents when we are in retirement or deep into retirement. Those needs change. And so we help families focus on doing planning that's going to enable them to make decisions if they need to make decisions for their aging parents, provide for care, and that goes, providing care is not just financial, that's what we'll focus on, but also placement and, what is the right setting for people, right. How do we help parents maintain independence as long as we can, but how do we plan for what happens when they need a lot more higher level care that's a lot more expensive. And that's the type of asset protection type of planning that we focus on in our practice in terms of how do we leverage different types of benefits, from VA benefits for veterans and spouses to Medicaid for long-term care, things of that nature.
And when you're talking about long-term care, you could be talking about care that would be in a facility or care that could be in the home, as long as as you're able to have that.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what we prefer, and that's what most of our parents would prefer as well.
Quality of life.
That's right. If I asked you if money were no object, where would you rather, and you needed long-term care, where would you rather have that care provided?
Yeah, at home.
Your answer would be at home. And so we work with families to try and meet those goals for as long as we can. Sometimes we get to a medical level, sometimes a financial level where we can't do that at home. So we plan for that contingency as well.
One of the things that I find so interesting about the Aging Parents Expo is that professionals like yourself are there. You're in different booths. You're also panelists when we have a big open discussion. But one thing that I've noticed is that people are really free to get as much information from you all as they can. You're there to help talk to people and guide them that day.
No, absolutely. And that's what the whole goal of this is, for people to get answers in the community. These things that we're talking about are some things that we don't really think about and don't have a lot of preparation and background knowledge on. Well, how do we help our parents get these things that they may need down the road? From, all the people that may be at the expo talking about how do we refurb or prepare the home to adjust and allow us to stay at home longer. Right. I know we'll have some people that are talking about those types of things. How do we pay for care? That's some of the things that we'll be focusing on. What type of estate planning and asset protection type of planning will we need to do to leverage financial and other benefits that are out there. So there's going to be a lot of things that are there for people to leverage if they'll come and get that information.
It sounds as overwhelming as first-time parents trying to get ready for a baby. And here you're listening to this information when you do have aging parents, and it sounds so daunting, but you can break it down in pieces and get bits of information that you're going to need. The Caring for Aging Parents Expo. It's at First Baptist Church of Augusta from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. A lot of great sponsors that day, including the Smith Law Firm. And you can talk to the professionals. You can get some guidance for the next steps you need to take as you care for your loved ones. Patrick Smith, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I'll see you at the expo.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.